Good morning, dear learners. Myself, Nikhil Amnerkar, lecturer at Advocate V.R. Manor Institute of Diploma in Pharmacy, Nagpur. Today we will study the topic blood. The following are the e-content committee members. Now, learning outcomes. On completion of this presentation, the learners would be able to understand the basic concepts of the blood, study physical characteristics of the blood, know the composition and functions of the blood, study various elements of the blood along with their significance, and recognize the role of hemoglobin in transport of oxygen and other nutrients. Now let us start with the introduction of blood. Blood is a connective tissue in the fluid form. It is also called fluid of life, fluid of growth, fluid of health. Average adult has about 5 liters of blood inside of their body. Blood makes up 7 to 8% of their body weight. Blood is a living tissue that carries oxygen and nutrients to all parts of the body. It also fights against infection and helps heal wounds. There are about 1 billion RBCs in 2 to 3 drops of blood. For every 600 RBCs, there are about 40 platelets and 1 white cell. Next, we will study the physical characteristics of the blood. Blood is red colored viscous fluid. It is thicker than water. It contributes to around 8% of the total body weight. The blood volume is 70 ml per kg of the body weight and its temperature is around 100.4 degree Fahrenheit and pH in the range of 7.35 to 7.4. Now we'll move on to the composition of blood. The following figure clearly illustrates that the blood contributes to around 8% of the total body weight. When we see about the percent by volume ratio, the plasma contributes to 55% and formed elements to around 45%. In the next slide, we will study regarding the composition of plasma and formed elements. Next, we'll see blood plasma. Blood plasma is a straw-colored clear liquid. It contains 7% of plasma proteins, 90% of water, and 2% of other substances. The plasma proteins contains albumins, which helps to maintain osmotic pressure, immunoglobulins, it acts as an antibodies that binds to the foreign substances called antigens, and it forms antigen-antibody complexes. It also contains fibrinogen that helps in the clotting process. Other substances like nutrients, electrolytes, gases, hormones, and waste products are present. Now, functions of plasma proteins. It helps in the coagulation of blood, that is by converting fibrinogen to fibrin, in the defense mechanism of blood with the help of immunoglobulins, transport mechanism, maintenance of osmotic pressure in the blood, acid-base balance, providing viscosity to the blood, providing suspension stability of RBC, and acts as an reserve proteins. Next is formed elements of blood. Blood cells are categorized as RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. WBCs are further classified as granulocytes, which contains 70% neutrophils, 1% basophils, and 4% eosinophils, whereas agranulocytes, which contains 20% lymphocytes and 5% monocytes. Let us now study the functions of blood. Blood helps in the respiration process by the transport of oxygen from lungs to the tissues, transporting CO2 from tissues back to the lungs. It helps in the nutrition by transporting food from gut to the tissues. It helps in the excretory process by transporting the waste from the tissues to the kidneys in the form of urea or uric acid. It helps in the protection. It also helps in the regulatory mechanism by regulating the body temperature, regulating pH through buffers, acts as a coolant and vasodilator, and it regulates the water content of the cells by interaction with dissolved ions and proteins. It also helps in maintaining the body temperature with the help of water. RBC, also called as erythrocyte. You can see here the top view and the side view of RBC. Now structure, small circular biconcave anucleate, and its components are hemoglobin, lipids, ATP and carbonic anhydrase. Now the lifespan of RBC is around 120 days. It is produced in the red bone marrow and the process is called erythropoiesis. RBC contains the hemoglobin that is enclosed in the stroma of RBC. Hemoglobin is a protein of high molecular weight. Hemoglobin consists of protein called globin and non-protein called heme. Heme contains iron that gives red color to the hemoglobin and blood. Now we will study the functions of RBCs. It helps in the transport of oxygen from the lungs to the tissues. It also helps in the transport of carbon dioxide from tissues back to the lungs. Hemoglobin acts as a buffer and regulates the hydrogen ion concentration. It carries the blood group antigens and Rh factor. It also helps in maintaining the viscosity of blood. It helps to maintain the ion balance of the body. Now we will study WBC. WBCs are also called as leukocytes. They are classified as granulocytes and agranulocytes as discussed earlier. Neutrophils, they are the most common phagocytic cells and they destroy the bacteria. Eosinophils helps to detoxify the chemicals and reduces the inflammation. Basophils helps in the allergic reactions and releases the histamine. Lymphocyte helps to maintain the immunity and monocytes become macrophages. Now we'll study the functions of neutrophils. Neutrophils acts as a first line of defense against invading microorganisms. They are the powerful and effective killer machine which contains enzymes like protease, elastase, metalloproteinase, NADPH oxidase and antibodies like substances called defensins. They secrete the platelet aggregation factor, accelerate the aggregation of platelet during the injury to the blood vessels. Let us now study the functions of eosinophils. Eosinophils secrete the lethal substances at the time of exposure to the foreign proteins or parasites. Eosinophil peroxidases that helps in the destroying worms, bacteria and tumor cells. It is a major basic protein that damages the parasites. Eosinophil cationic protein destroys the helminths. Eosinophil derived neurotoxin that destroys the nerve fibers. Next, we'll study the functions of basophils. Basophil granules releases some important substances like histamine that helps in the acute hypersensitivity reaction, heparin that helps to prevent intravascular blood clotting, hyaluronic acid it is necessary for deposition of ground substances in basement membrane, proteases that helps to exaggerate inflammation, and Ig receptors helps in the hypersensitivity reaction. Now let's study the functions of monocytes. It helps in entering the tissues and forms tissue macrophages. It is a phagocyte several bacteria. It engulfs large particulate matter, dead tissues and senile cells, helps in the destruction of necrotic material and cooperate with B and T lymphocyte in immunity. Now I'll study the functions of lymphocytes. There are two types of lymphocytes, B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte as well the natural killer cells. Then B cells, they help it destroy the bacteria and their toxins. It turns into the plasma that produces the antibodies. T cells attack the viruses, fungi, cancer cells, and some other bacteria, whereas natural killer cells attack the varying microbes and some tumor cells. It helps destroy foreign invaders by direct attack. Now, let us study the platelets. Platelets are also called as thrombocytes. They are small, colorless cell fragments in our blood that forms the clots and stop or prevent bleeding. Platelets are made in our bone marrow, a sponge-like tissue inside our bones. Bone marrow contains stem cells that develop into RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. There is one appeal that platelets are always needed, so donate and help save more than one life and be a hero. It is the appeal from Red Cross Blood Organization. Now study the functions of platelets. It helps in blood clotting, clot retraction, defense mechanism, hemostasis, and repair and rupture of blood vessels. Now reflection spot. How the oxygen is trapped in the hemoglobin in RBC and transported to each cell of the body. Just take a pause and try to write down the answer in the notebook. Considering that you have completed with the writing the answer, let us move further. Hemoglobin. As you can see in the structure, it consists of 4 globin molecules and 4 heme molecules. Globin molecules helps in the transport of carbon dioxide, nitric oxide, whereas heme molecules helps in the transport of oxygen. Functions of hemoglobin. As we can see in the figure that the RBC is there and hemoglobin entraps the oxygen from the lungs. Here the oxygen bonded with the hemoglobin molecule we can see, which is then released into the tissue cells. Hemoglobin functions by imparting red color to the blood. It helps in the transport of oxygen from lungs to the tissues and CO2 from tissues to the lungs. It acts as a buffer and maintains the blood pH. It acts as a source of physiological active catabolites. Thank you for your patience and listening the presentation.